Last night, my wife and I had a disagreement. She was excited about going to a party her friends had been planning for weeks, but I felt uneasy about the whole thing. I told her honestly that I didn't want her to go, not to control her, but because I had a bad feeling. She brushed off my concern, saying I was being overprotective. Despite my words, she got dressed and left without saying much else. I stayed in the living room, staring at the clock as the hours dragged on. My mind wouldn't stop racing. I kept wondering why this party was so important to her that she would ignore how I felt. I didn't call or text her. I just sat there in silence, letting my disappointment fill the room. When she finally came home, it was nearly 2 a.m. She walked in smelling of alcohol and perfume, laughing faintly from her time with her friends. I glanced at her once but said nothing. She noticed my silence, but instead of talking, she quietly went to bed. I didn't sleep that night. My thoughts kept circling. I felt overlooked, dismissed, and unimportant. If my feelings didn't matter to her, what did that mean for our relationship? I decided not to start an argument. In the morning, I expected her to carry on as if nothing had happened. But to my surprise, she was up early making breakfast. I sat at the table watching her move around the kitchen. She seemed tired, and there was a heaviness about her, almost as if she felt guilty. When she finally sat down, she avoided my eyes for a moment before speaking. Her voice was soft when she admitted she had been selfish. She told me that even though the party had felt important, she now realized she had hurt me by ignoring my feelings. She confessed that she hadn't truly enjoyed herself. The laughter, music, and chatter felt hollow because she couldn't shake the guilt. She said she carried that weight all night and couldn't ignore it any longer. I stayed quiet, letting her finish. She apologized, not only for going to the party but also for making me feel as if my feelings didn't matter in our marriage. Would you like me to make this more emotionally intense, showing deeper conflict and reconciliation, or keep it calm and reflective like it is now? It had been a long time since she had spoken to me with such openness. I could tell she was sincere. Even so, I didn't forgive her right away. I told her that what mattered now was not just words but actions. In marriage, respect isn't just about love, it's about recognizing each other's feelings, even in disagreement. She nodded, her eyes brimming with tears, and promised to change. She said she would start thinking of us, not just herself. For the first time, I felt she understood why I had been silent the night before. It hadn't been out of anger but out of deep disappointment. As we sat down for breakfast that morning, the heaviness between us began to ease. It wasn't an instant solution, but it was progress. She came to see that trust and respect could not be set aside for a fleeting good time. Over the next few days, I saw her making an effort. She involved me in her plans, asked for my opinion, and made sure we made choices together. It wasn't about control. It was about creating balance and honoring each other. Looking back, that night might have driven us apart, but instead, it led us to talk more honestly. My quietness had expressed what words could not. The real surprise came the next morning when she showed me she truly understood what our marriage needed: mutual respect. Instead of another argument, we had an honest conversation. She admitted she had been wrong to ignore my feelings and told me the party felt empty without me there. Her apology was heartfelt, and for the first time, I felt she grasped that marriage isn't about keeping score but about caring for each other's emotions. I accepted her apology, though I reminded her that respect must always come first. She promised to be more thoughtful, and I promised to trust her more. In that moment, our silence became understanding, and the distance between us disappeared. We chose to reconcile rather than stay resentful, and it made our relationship stronger than before.